Hello, it's me, Marshall Malone, of Upside Down Creative Media. Uh, I'm just doing a little update. This is live, so I've got a chat window open if anybody happens to drop in. Um, I've been going through a lot of changes, as always, because life is change, right? It's constant change. So yeah, this channel has been pretty dormant. Honestly, let me actually open up my YouTube channel because I haven't looked at it. I mean, I've been uploading here and there. I do have something. Let me see. Oh no, creative media. Yeah. So I do have a Crunchbase website. I forgot I signed up for that when I was trying to make a business, but that actually goes into what I wanted to talk about today. So I have a couple things that are coming up. A short film that is premiering on August 6th at WJCT Studios in Jacksonville. It's titled Stuffy, and it stars my 10-year-old daughter. It's something that we shot in one afternoon. I think I had to do one pickup shot like a few days after. But that film is, I think it was around 3 minutes runtime. It's a majorly, like, extremely short film, but it's my daughter's first time like acting and being on the big screen. So I'm really proud of her for doing that. It's basically an attempt for me to inject my sense of humor into kid-friendly content, and I think I think we pulled it off. So it was fun, something with my family, and we got accepted into LOL JAX this year. So I'll be there. If you're in Jacksonville, make sure you get tickets. I don't have a link to that or anything. The other thing I'm working on is another short film, which is based off of an old joke that I wrote in like 2019. I actually did a sketch, or I think it was 2018 or 2019, maybe before even, maybe 2016. I get all those years mixed up. So all the years I've done Upside Down Creative Media, basically an 9-year span, are all basically 1 year blended together. So I've got like 99% of that short film done. It's a little bit longer. I wanted to put it into LOL JAX. I think it could have been a winner, but unfortunately I didn't get everything shot and completed in time for the submission date. But it will be coming out in the next month or so. I'll probably just put it on Upside Down Creative Media. And I think after that, I'm going to start sunsetting all of the content that's been on this channel for a long time. And what do I mean by sunset? Well, I don't know who's watching my stuff, and honestly, I don't take the time to look at the analytics to know how people are getting to my channel. I assume through search. I think a lot of the views come through some of the more religious content, the content that what's the way to put it? It kind of remixes preachers. A lot of those remixes from 2020 are the culprit, and I think they're coming through search. So what my plan with this channel is, I've got a few things I'm going to change. Okay, there's still going to be good content coming out of here. I don't know if it's going to be this logo right here, Internet Comedy, right next to me. I really don't know if it's going to be focused on comedy going forward, because here's why. I would love comedy. It's my life, but I feel like I can do comedy in another avenue. I've built this channel over almost a decade off of comedy, and I will never stop doing comedy, but I need to make money, and comedy is so oversaturated and not always advertiser friendly that I need to start thinking of ways to do that. And so this channel is going to more reflect something that's advertiser friendly, but it's still going to be good. I'm just going to start interviewing people and going around Jacksonville and my area and even beyond, just people that I find interesting, and do really, really good in-depth stories on other people. Not just that, but also just situations. It's going to be very much like news in a sense that I'll just be doing that type of content, informational content, but in an interesting documentary documentarian way. I'm not going to take it too serious though. There will be like, I think when people hear this, they're like, oh, another, one of these channels. It's going to be different. I can promise you that. And so when I talk about sunsetting the old content is still going to be reachable through my website, udcmcomedy.com, but it will be behind a paywall. Now, it's not going to be an expensive paywall. I'm almost thinking just probably $1 per month just to access that content. I don't really know yet. That's up in the air. I got to kind of poke around and see if anybody would even want it. But I don't want to keep subscribers from getting it, so I'm going to find a way to make it work. I don't know. I will send out some information closer towards the end of the year, because this is not something I'm going to do right now. This is something I'm going to do in the next 5 months or so. I'm essentially trying to build my own company, which was what Upside Down Creative Media was supposed to be from the start. It was supposed to be a production company with people that I worked with at Fanatics, and it ended up just being me and one other person. And then, fast forward 8 years later, that person just disappears. But anyways, as far as that story goes, I've been talking to another producer, and they want to potentially finish that story. It's going to take it out of my hands and tell the story for me. I don't really know how that's going to happen, but I'm going along with it because I know the guy, and he does good work, and he knows the story from my perspective of it. As far as whether or not Rob will be a part of that, I have no control over that. It was not something that I even thought about pursuing, but it was presented to me this past week, and I just said whatever. I'd like to put a can on all of it, but I think that's what ultimately this next year is going to look like. So if you are a subscriber and you happen to watch this video, I want feedback as much as possible. I'm going to kind of go forward with my plan. I'm not going to make the content like disappear, so don't start like leaving me, because if you liked what I've done in the past, you're going to like what I'm going to do in the future. I'm just going to be focusing more on different types of content. It's still going to be good, and I think it's going to be the type of content people in my generation want. Not long stories, but some bite-sized stories, but also stories that inspire and make you laugh and show a side of the world that you might not have access to. So yeah, I don't know. I've got a few ideas for the first story already, but yeah. As far as live streaming on this channel, I do have a new setup. I've got some new mics, and I've got a mic back there for a guest. I have a podcast that I started working on probably 6 months ago, and I've got about 10 guests that are booked. I'm just putting it on hold for a while because I'm trying to actually set up a real set in my home. So I'm going to basically create a studio in my home and then have it ready whenever we move, because I'm going to be moving in the next year or two. And yeah, I've got these plans for like an actual studio at home that I'll be able to work out of. So trying to start the podcast now. I've got 2 podcasts personally that I'm doing. One is Level 40 podcast. I have the first episode of that recorded. It's just me, but I'll probably redo it and do it once I get the guests lined up and have them here. I may just go ahead and jump the gun on that before I get everything in place, but there's a few things a few moving pieces that I really want to have in place before I launch that, because I just want episode 1 to look consistent to the rest of them. And I've been doing this for long enough to know, what I need. It's just there's a few things holding me back at this point, but I don't see them being issues much longer. The other podcast, I actually released 2 episodes, and you can see those 2 episodes on my personal YouTube channel. Just search Marshall Malone. It's titled Fumbling Awake. I did 2 episodes. I recorded like 5 more after that, and I just kind of dropped the ball on that. It's more just me talking about spirituality and life in general. It's me rambling. It's things that I want to say that I don't really, not that I don't have the courage to say it to anybody. It's just nobody wants to hear it. So it's just an opportunity for me to rant and talk about Eastern religion and spirituality and philosophy and life. And yeah, it's me trying to be honest as I possibly can, if anybody would even want that. But it's just, I've seen other people do it, and I really like that format of just contemplating and kind of letting a stream of consciousness come out. So anyways, yeah, I may live stream on here from time to time. Like I said, this setup is a work in progress. I'm currently wiring Ethernet to a router from here. I have another computer that'll be back there, but that's for Dad Does Video Games, which is another channel that I run and operate, daddoesvideogames.com. I do have a new setup for that, which will allow me and my kids to game together, but then the viewer will also be able to see their screen as well as my screen. So I finally got that figured out through networking. This is NDI Tech. So I'm basically getting their feed as a source into this computer where the live stream goes out, and I will be gaming on this computer. I just bought a new GPU that will help me handle all of that. But yeah, the only things I need to be fully operational as a live streamer, the way I want to do it, and the way I want to do my podcasts in my studio, is I'm going to buy 3 more cameras. I'm in between buying 3 Blackmagic Pockets cameras or 3 Sony FX 3s, I believe. They're in the $1,600 range. Those cameras are good for the money, and they shoot the way that I want. The reason I want to go with the Blackmagic is because I do want to eventually buy a Blackmagic Atom Pro, and those communicate really well with the Blackmagic cameras. So there's like this incentive to buy Blackmagic when I go and buy a switch. But I don't know if I'm going to even do the switch, because I can switch here if I want. Like, I can just switch on my computer. Be right back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
So yeah, as you can see, I can switch here. I've got scenes set up, and I'm used to doing that because that's the way I started live streaming. Having more equipment to work with is not really going to be necessary, but it would be nice. So those are nice to haves, and I think more geared towards when I do move into my new home and we have a studio set up there. Because right now, like, I live in a townhome, and like, granted, it's better than my old setup. My old setup was upstairs in a hallway, and if you watch any old live streams, I've live streamed from multiple locations. At one point, I did have an office before my son was in that room, and so once he got to a certain age, we decided to split the kids apart and give him his own room, and then that took my office away. I had that for a very long time, and that was amazing because I had a huge TV on the wall and 2 computer desks, and it was ideal for for streaming, right? Then that got moved. I got moved into my bedroom on a small desk, which was okay. I didn't mind that so much, but the problem came when I wanted to do multiple streams or multiple computers, and yeah, it got complicated. So I moved into the hallway. We have this like desk that's built into the wall, and it's really cramped, and I could not set up lights. I mean, I was researching how to like possibly screw lights into the wall, but since we don't own this place, I don't want to do anything like that. So right now I don't have any lights. I've got window light coming in right there, but when I'm actually live streaming on Dad Does Video Games, I will have like actual lights over here, and then I'll have a camera over there as well to be on one of my kids. But yeah, lots of stuff going on as always, and this is all on top of working full time, which I'm on my lunch break right now. I need to get off because I'm live streaming. But yeah, I'm actually waiting on an answer from a coworker, and then getting back to work. But yeah, a lot of things happening in the world. Mostly just want to test out these new mics. Pretty happy with them. I've tried them on another stream, and I can put my mouth right on it, and it sounds fantastic, but I really need to test it. So anyways, I'm real excited about the things coming for this channel. Like I said, the content, it will be sunset sometime around January if everything comes to the fruition. That doesn't mean you won't be able to access it. And if I get enough demand where people are like they stop subscribing because I'm taking that content down, I'll figure something out. But like I figure if you really want to see it and support this channel, $1 a month out of your PayPal account or your bank account, whatever, is nothing. It's an investment in this channel and you know what I'm trying to do here, which is essentially create content for, you know, my generation. Anyways, yeah, I will end it here. And this is just an easy way for me to make a quick video and test out my equipment. I look forward to streaming in the future. Go follow Dad Does Video Games. Go to daddoesvideogames.com to find all our links. I will be very active on that in the coming days, as well as my own personal channel. I'll be doing some streams there. This channel I'll stream occasionally. I don't know. Last year I was doing like vintage video games. I may do that again, but we'll see. Anyways, yeah. Let me think of all the things I'm trying to promote. daddoesvideogames.com. Follow and subscribe Dad Does Video Games on YouTube, Twitch, all of that. Also, if you're in Jacksonville and you want to see this short film, it is coming out on August 6th at WJCT Studios. I think tickets for that event are $20. Just search LOL JAX 2023. You'll find it. I'll try to put a link in the description below after the stream ends. Also, another short film coming out on this channel. Oh, Stuffy will be coming out as a premiere on the 7th. So the day after it shows in the theaters, I'll have it here for free. So you can just watch it then if you want. But if you really want to see it in big screen glory and support local film, come out. The Wait, my other short film, is starring Jaron Wallace, Jazz Abramowitz, and Amy Ortiz. I hope I didn't mess their names up. Two people that I haven't worked with before. I kind of knew Jazz a little bit through another filmmaker that I worked with a couple years ago. But really great film based off of a script for one person. I wrote a script for Jaron. Wanted to meet up with Jaron. Jaron and I had worked with each other several times over the last 6 years or so. And he and I always worked well together in the past, so I had this type of script that I would have normally written for Rob. Rob's not talking to me for the last 3 years, so I go to Jaron with it. He loves it. Amy and Jazz show up, and we just, on the spot, basically wrote a part for them and improvised it. And it was so good that I cut out probably 70% of the jokes, and all those jokes could have went, but because of the length, the target length of the film, I wanted to make it under 10 minutes. It's running around 6 minutes right now. I wanted to get to the point quick because it's the type of film that you're going to question what the hell's going on, and it's not going to make sense until the very end. That's all I'm going to say. Anyways, that's coming out in the next month. I will have it on YouTube. I'll promote it again on Instagram and everywhere else I'm at. And the other thing that I want to talk about and promote, I don't know, so much always going on. Yeah, just that stuff. There's probably more, but I probably already said it. I gotta go. Gotta get back to work and promote stuff there. So just wanted to test out the new stuff. Stay tuned. See you later.